Everyone, my name is Zach, and welcome to On Cash Flow, where I help you become a master of your own cash flow. Now let's get started. Financial independence comes with plenty of benefits, but here are some unexpected benefits that I want to share with you. These are not often talked about because they're kind of just, little nuances that come with financial independence, some of these benefits that you can get. And the very first one that I want to talk about is that you can actually pretty much always avoid rush hour traffic. Yeah, if you're financially independent, that means that you have the ultimate flexibility. And one of those things that you can be flexible with is when you go traveling. And that means that you can avoid rush hour traffic. Usually we associate rush hour traffic with, like those hours when everyone's either going to work and the hours when everyone is getting off of work. Those hours are going to be almost the same everywhere you go. And depending on how large the population is of where you're living in, rush hour traffic can be crazy. And that's what's so great about being financially independent. You don't have to go somewhere when everyone else is going there as well. You don't have to travel and drive around when everyone's driving there at the same time. So you can avoid those rush hour traffics and you can plan out your day a lot better when you have this ultimate flexibility. And that's a really great unexpected benefit of financial independence. Similar to that, another one at number 2 is that you can get what's known as matinee pricing, or just special pricing because you have so much flexibility. So when does everyone go out and do entertainment stuff? Usually it's going to be Friday nights, Saturday, or Sunday, right? The weekend. So the weekend is everyone lives for the weekend and therefore they're going to pay full weekend prices. But you, if you are financially independent, you have the unexpected benefit of paying matinee pricing or paying probably better pricing because you have more flexibility in your schedule. That means you can go during the week. You can go right there in a Wednesday at 12 o'clock noon and you can enjoy that special low-cost pricing. More specifically, when we're talking about matinee pricing, you're typically going to be talking about like shows or movies and things like that. And so that's definitely a really popular one. That is a really great benefit of financial independence. Get that really cheap pricing because you have the flexibility of when you go. Next up at number 3, we have one that is drastically different than the first two, and that is you have negotiating power. If you are financially independent, you can negotiate everything because you have so much flexibility and you have so much power, on your side of the court, as they like to say. This can come with pretty much anything. This can become negotiating power when it goes to buying things because you have enough money to buy it anywhere you go. So what's the problem with asking, for a lower price, or what's the problem with asking for better terms if you're going to buy something? So you can negotiate when it comes to buying things. You can negotiate when it comes to if you want to actually get back into the workforce, or if you actually want to stay in the workforce, if you want to stay with your current employer but maybe only part-time, or you want to stay with your current employer but only if you're working from home, or maybe you want to get a new job and you want to negotiate with that new employer that you want to work at home, or negotiate where you want to work at a different office. Whatever it may be, you have the power of negotiation. This is a really great unexpected benefit of financial independence because you have so much financial backing, so much self-insurance based on your wealth. You have the power to negotiate almost everything in your life, and you should exercise that power because it is a really great unexpected benefit of becoming financially independent. And now moving on to number 4, I want to relate this back to ultimate flexibility, and this is kind of similar to number 1. So number 1 was avoiding rush hour traffic, but number 4 on this list, a very good unexpected benefit is by avoiding the rush hour when it comes to grocery shopping. Okay, so you've all been there, right? We've all been there. We've always been to the grocery store. Maybe we need to pick up a few things from the grocery store, and then boom, you have a really huge line that you trying to get your stuff, and you're like, dang, why is there such a big line? Oh, dang, it's Sunday. Everyone's doing their shopping on Sunday. Or, oh my gosh, it's the day before a holiday. Everyone's gonna be barbecuing, and so the grocery stores are packed. You're gonna be stuck in there for maybe an hour or so just trying to get some bread and some milk or something like that. Now that you are financially independent, a really great unexpected benefit is that you don't have to go grocery shopping when everyone else goes grocery shopping. So most people, they're working that 9 to 5. They're going to be at work during the day, Monday through Friday, and they're going to go grocery shopping maybe when they get off work on Friday, or maybe they're going to wait until Saturday to go grocery shopping as a family, or possibly they're going to wait till the very last minute and go grocery shopping on Sundays. Mostly, if you're trying to avoid that, peak grocery store times, you're probably going to be avoiding the weekends. You're probably going to be avoiding the early evenings right after work time, and you can definitely do that because now you have that flexibility. So that's a great unexpected benefit of financial independence, and definitely I have exercised that benefit many times. All right, I only go to the grocery store when I know it's not going to be busy. Another unexpected benefit that I use on a regular basis is number 5, and number 5 is getting that rock bottom like plane travel tickets. All right, so plane tickets, we all know they can vary in price pretty much by the second. You can be looking at a price of a plane ticket and then you go you come back, you reload your screen, and then the prices have changed. They can go up or down, just depending. And that's because they have a very smart, algorithm that's going to basically show you the best price that is going to be best for them so that they can fill up the maximum amount of seats. Well, you can actually use that to your advantage because there are times when travel is going to be a lot less busy, especially when it comes to plane tickets. There are times of the year, there are times of the week, there are times of the month, there are times of everything when you can find plane tickets that are a lot cheaper. And now that you are financially independent, a really great unexpected benefit is that you have that flexibility to choose when you travel. And so you can find those plane tickets that are pretty much the lowest price when they're just trying to fill up that plane cabin at full capacity. And you can take advantage of that and pay dramatically less money for the same ticket for the same person that's going to be sitting right next to you on that plane. Take advantage of number 5, and that is rock bottom plane ticket prices because you have the flexibility. And then we have a benefit that is one of my favorite. And one of my favorite benefits of financial independence is that you can just like all the videos that you watch on Cashflow. If you're enjoying this video so far, please make sure you like the video. It really does help me out, and I really do appreciate that. And plus, you don't even have to be financially independent in order to like the video, so there's no excuse. But seriously, let's move on to number 6 here. So number 6, a really good unexpected benefit is that you get to pick your own tax rate. Yeah, seriously. No, you pretty much do. When you're financially independent, you are probably going to be withdrawing at least some of your money from your investments. Some of it might come from dividends, some might come from rental income, some of it might be you selling off and realizing capital gains. But the point is that for the most part, you get to choose what your tax rate is going to be. You get to choose how much money you take out. You get to choose to create how much income you are going to create for yourself. And that puts you in a very advantageous position because that means that you can take advantage of so many different kinds of advanced tax strategies. You can take advantage of staying in a lower tax bracket so you don't pay an absorbent amount of taxes. If you were just working, a W-2 job, your goal is to get as high of an income as possible, while having a good quality of life. And therefore, you usually don't get to choose what your salary is. You don't get to choose when you realize your income. And therefore, you're just at the mercy of whatever the taxes are at that time and what your income is at that time. So that is one of the greatest things about financial independence. Choosing your own tax rate. You get to choose what your income is going to be. And on a lighter side, we have number 7. And going back to that flexibility of entertainment and flexibility of having that schedule to do what you want, when you want, getting the maximum enjoyment out of it. And number 7 is that you get to go to the amusement parks during the middle of the week when no one else is there. You get to go there during the times of the season when barely anyone else is there. You get to enjoy very short lines. You get to enjoy probably better pricing, off-season pricing. You might even be able to get season passes because you can go all the time. And so that's a really great benefit because you're going to have a much better experience when you're not going on a Friday, a Saturday, or Sunday in the middle of summer or during spring break. And you have the flexibility to do that. And then we have number 8. And again, we're going to be sticking to that entertainment factor here. And that is that you can get off-season accommodation. So we're talking about like hotels and Airbnbs and things like that where you're staying somewhere. So you can go in there during the off-season. Well, they like to call it the shoulder season. All right. I don't know. It's a pretty funny saying, but you get to go in there on the off-season and you can get dramatically lower prices at really nice hotels. You can get dramatically lower prices at, really nice Airbnbs and really cool locations. And you can take advantage of that because you have flexibility. If you're going during the week, chances are that prices are going to be a lot lower than the weekend. If you're going in like the end of summer, chances are prices are going to be a lot lower than it was in the peak of summer. So take advantage of that. Take advantage of your financial independence, take advantage of your flexibility, and get those off-season accommodations. You can travel for so much less when you're financially independent and have such a better time. And speaking of having such a better time, number 9 is that you can have a better time because you can afford to pay for things in full. And sometimes by paying for things in full, you can get what's known as paid in full discounts. And this can apply to many different things, whether you're just buying one-off things or whether you're just renewing something that you're buying every year, whether like it could be like a subscription or something like that. Sometimes when you have things like that, when you don't have to like exactly manage your cash flow in like a very certain amount, like I can only spend this amount every single month and it has to be the same every single month. No, when you're financially independent, you have more flexibility. You can spend a bunch of money in January and then over the course of the year spend less and less and less because you prepaid for a lot of stuff. And that's one of the benefits of financial independence because you have so much financial flexibility, because you have so much financial backing, you're self-insuring yourself with your wealth. An example could be like your car insurance bill. A lot of car insurance companies, they will let you pay in full, like for a full 6 months or a full year, and you'll get a steep discount because you did so rather than paying monthly. Since you're financially independent and you have such a strong financial backing, you don't have to manage your cash flow perfectly every single month, and you can get paid in full discounts. That's a really great unexpected benefit. And then next up at number 10, we have another really great great unexpected benefit that is actually a little bit more expected. And it's probably a little bit more expected because I like to talk about it all the time. And that is that you no longer have work-related expenses. Believe it or not, if you're still working right now and you're not yet financially independent, that's okay. But if you're still working right now, you probably have a lot of work-related expenses that you don't even realize how large they are. And probably the largest one of that is going to be your commuting expense, especially if you have a long commute. It is not uncommon for people to have, 30-minute commutes one way, even 1 hour commutes one way, especially if you live in really big city areas, because you might get priced out of that in-city pricing. You might actually have to move out to the suburbs, and then your commutes are going to be a lot longer, especially like where I grew up in the Los Angeles area. So people were making very long commutes, and you can bet those commuting costs were very, very high for a lot of people. But now that you're financially independent, you're not going to have those work-related costs if you choose not to work in that like traditional fashion of 9 to 5, commute both ways. Not only is it just commuting, but you also have work-related lunches, work-related business clothing, and all this kind of stuff that just goes into the price of working, the cost of working. And depending on your occupation, that can be very, very high. That is one really great unexpected benefit of financial independence. And number 11 is one that I have enjoyed so much that I just have to share it here, and that is the alarm clock optional benefit. That is a really great unexpected benefit of financial independence. Yeah, setting the alarm to go off at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, whatever you get up for work. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Those alarm clocks are now optional if you are financially independent. And maybe you should take advantage of that, at least initially. Another thing that you should take advantage of is number 12 on this list. And number 12 is that now that you're financially independent, you have the flexibility to just test new things. You have the ability to have small experiments with your life. And this can be very, very broadly applicable. Okay, you can do testing experiments in exercise and how your body responds to different exercise, how your body responds to diets, different kinds of diets or different kinds of eating patterns. You can test experiments in learning. What's going to make you learn better? Is it reading? Is it watching videos? Is it listening to audiobooks? Is it whatever? You have the power to do all kinds of different things where you can test different experiments. You can test business ideas. You can test different ways that you can raise your children, like how you can try to teach them. The list goes on and on and on. The point is that you have so much time and flexibility now that you can pretty much try almost anything, and you have very minimal risk behind it because you have so much financial backing. And that means that you can try to seek out things that are going to bring you fulfillment. That means that you can try to seek out things that are going to improve you, improve your family's life, improve your local community, improve the whole world. I don't know. So you have so many options at your fingertips. And that leads me to the big question here, and I really want to know from you in the comments below, what are some other benefits of financial independence that are sort of unexpected or that just aren't talked about that often? What are some other unexpected benefits of becoming financially independent? Please let me know in the comments below what I missed here and what you think are some really great unexpected benefits. And then after you're done doing that, don't click away just yet, because I have another video that you have to watch if you haven't watched already. And that's because financial independence isn't all about sunshine and rainbows. There are definitely some negative aspects to financial independence, and especially retiring early. So you need to watch my other video where I tell you a few reasons on why you should not retire early. It's gonna pop up right next to me. Make sure you watch that video if you haven't already. Now, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Zach from OnCashflow.com, and I hope to see you next time.